is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
On the account, a blah and a more blahs. This happens and happens. So we're going to look into the nitty-gritty of it this morning and exactly what is going on. Necessary for us to do, and we keep saying uncomfortable, but look, you must comfort the afflicted and you must afflict the comfortable. This is all in the storm where it happens that what we're being told is that the digitization of systems under this administration is the reason that we see the unearthing of a lot of these things. Had these systems not been digitized, the daylight robbery would continue and it would now be robbery with violence, essentially, is what we're being told. But your friend, the Auditor General, has come up with another report. Not come up with, has arrived at a report with information. Let's get into it.
Well, this special audit report, it's on payroll management for county executives. It covers several years, from 2021 to 22, 22 to 2023, 2023 to 2024. That's the most recent. So essentially what this report is highlighting is the systemic abuse of the public payroll. Now, here's what you need to understand. Let's set the stage. According to our constitution, Article 77 prohibits full-time state officers from holding any other gainful employment. A provision reinforced by the Leadership and Integrity Act, which, and I quote, says that gainful employment is defined as any work providing compensation that could cause a conflict of interest, impair judgment, or undermine performance. This prohibition aims to ensure state officers who are held to a higher standard of integrity. Tukona katiba ama tuna katiba? Tukona katiba. So, what this report then is giving us is examples of double salaries.
Okay.
Where, for example, a teacher in Kwale pocketed 162,000 for 8 months after deserting duty.
Oh, they left. They went away.
Yes.
But then for from January to August, they earned a salary of 162,000.
The 1 year salary.
Oh, brilliant.
Correct. In Mandera, a teacher earned 390,000 from the county while also on the TSC payroll. So mshahara ni ngapi? Mbili. Trans Nzoia, 2 employees were drawing salaries from different government entities. Now here's the thing. I was looking at where is this before I lose my train of thought. Where is this? Well, I'll get to it.
Okay.
This is about an identity card. In Machakos, 9 employees were engaged by both county and other entities between 2022 and 2024. Now, officers in this special audit established that there were 2 employees in the financial year 2021-2022 who in the audit period drew salaries from other government entities. Now, in Trans Nzoia, the audit established 2 employees drawing salaries from other government entities. I think I've repeated that, but let me move on to this one of 833. Yes, I found it. So this presents a significant risk of overpayment and hence loss of public funds, with staff appearing on more than one payroll. Now, the total amount, why I was looking for this case, is they drew 833,000.
How many people are these?
This is 2 people.
Okay.
833,000. Now, during that period, officers in Machakos received a gross salary of 6.51 million from the county executives and 6.52 million from other government entities. 6 million is coming from the county executive, another 6.52 million from another government entity. This is national. So together is around 13 million.
To pay who this money?
An employee. Yes.
One person?
These are officers, not one person.
Officers,
a few officers.
Okay, a few officers.
Yes.
Okay.
In Migori, the audit flagged an employee sharing a national identification number with an employee in another government entity. The total amount paid to these employees at the county was 357,000. That was paid by another entity, which was 810. So 357 one account coming from the county.
310.
810 coming from another government entity. The audit also flagged employees drawing salaries from different government entities in Kisumu County. In Wajir, 1 employee was engaged by both the county executive and the TSC. The employee, this is now 1 employee, was paid 2.48 million for 3 years reviewed.
Okay. So, 2 point what?
2.48 million.
All right. 248.
Yes.
Let's do this right now, shall we? I think
This is one employee, yeah?
Tim is trying to blind us, but 2.48 million in
for
a
3
year
years.
for 3 years. This is one individual.
Yes.
All
In
right,
Wajir
divided by
County.
36. So they're coming to about 70,000 shillings per month over 3 years. But this is in review, right? And they work somewhere else.
Yes, working for TSC.
They work for TSC as well as the county.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how people are called, I don't know, a regular Kevin or Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah? You know, many people, it's a common name. Brian Joroge. I'm sure if I ask people now, do you know a Brian Joroge? They will say yes. Or like
My brother's called Brian.
you see. Or if I say yeah. So Kevin, even there's Kevin inside here.
Yeah.
Now.
Kevo.
Brian, we can find a Brian outside. Or like Carol, Jerry. We can find them. It's not a case of that maybe Carol and Jerry is working at TSC and also is working at Mandera County.
Nope.
It's not the same person. I mean, it's not
It's the
possible.
same person.
It's not possible that it could be different people and they have the same name. That's what I'm saying. Or am I reaching here? It has been established that this is the
same employee earning two salaries from two different government entities. It's not a confusion of there is a Dennis Okari who's working for the county.
Yeah.
Dennis Okari working for the... No. No.
Okay. Now, this is the thing. We know that for all government processes, it all has to go through the same... This is like the channels and then it goes through the gates, right? IFMIS is the central payment system for government, right? And like you hear counties complaining all the time that we're waiting for money, and then they finally open IFMIS almost at the end of the financial year, and then they're giving us billions at once. What are we essentially supposed to do with this money? Now, why am I saying this? That there is a system of approvals for payment, even in government. There is. Money that would come from the consolidated accounts goes through the controller of budget. She says, okay, yes, go ahead, spend here. Based on your budgets, let's go ahead and do this. So by the time, even salaries, because this is recurrent expenditure, by the time this money is being spent, somebody has approved. You know how when they say payroll is ready?
Yeah.
Payroll is ready, we've gone, we've checked. The system has confirmed all of this. Sasa iko kwa mlango ya benki. Ndio pesa?
Yeah, chiliwe.
Bas. It's been approved by somebody, not just somebody. It has gone through several gates before it comes at the end and then somebody says, go ahead and pay. You know what? It's not just this employee who is earning two salaries that we need to call out. The people who have approved and are very well aware of this payment, step one, cleared, step two, cleared, step three, pay. They are aware. And I hazard a guess. You know what? That even these individuals who are supposedly earning here and here, there's a pimp. These people are not just by themselves. These people maybe don't even exist, but I have control of the account in terms of my approvals. Did you not just say that somebody deserted the job but still keeps earning? Who is the person in the HR section who allows that payment to go? You mean they don't know that the person has gone? And they're okay for this deserted person to be earning a salary? Come on. It's a dog and pony show, guys. And this thing is very clear that the people who are supposedly... We want to point out the people who are walking away the money without pointing at the processes that are taking place in the back end. It is in the back end that corruption thrives, you guys. It's not the end of it. The end of it here is this employee that will now call out now and say, yes, there is a certain Dennis Aseto from Homa Bay who is earning 168 per month. And then, wow, we also find him in the county government of Kwale as a TSC seconded teacher earning. What are you telling me? This system is one.
Yeah.
It is a central system.
No.
And you want to tell us that you don't know? The corruption thrives in the back end.
And it's not the systems.
No.
It's
No,
the people.
we've got very
people.
good verification
It's
systems.
the
It's the
people.
people. Because by the time you're getting a salary, your PIN number, which is unique
To you.
to you
To you.
only. So it's not a confusion of two names that are similar. No. And let me tell you, you talk to somebody who understands this county madness and how money is embezzled. Like you say, there's a pimp somewhere. Thing is, this money that is 2.48 million that somebody has been earning for 3 years. The thing is, tutatumia nini yako, makaratasi yako, wewe usinyamaze, utapata share yako.
Yeah, you'll get your cut.
You will get your cut. You will take this half, and then these other half will funga macho.
I'm telling
forget
you,
it exists.
Very rarely are these folks operating on their own. Yes. They are not.
You know, for a very long time in this country, you hear of headcounts, we are weeding out ghost workers and whatnot. But one forgets the fact that, as you've stated, we have a HR department that is in charge of hiring and firing, including removing people from the register who have passed on or who have moved on. And you see, at any given time, like the unique PIN number that is unique to you, as we combine that with an ID number that is unique to you, always goes to, whenever you just keying in, it will bring you who this person is and in what department they work. So it can't be that in IFMIS, where all this information is in, you find that one individual is sharing an ID with another individual. One person is drawing salaries from two different jobs, and you want to tell me that the IT guys at the back end, the people who oversee this, the approvals that are done by the HR and everyone else in these specific departments do not know. It is a question of nitakupatia 160k, 60k ni yako, 100 ni yangu. And that is how these people have been operating.
So if somebody dies, let's just assume somebody has died.
Yeah.
How does this same person continue earning a salary?
Thank you.
How do they withdraw that money from their account?
Yes. Who is withdrawing this money from this account?
Dead men talk, I'm telling you. You've heard that phrase before? Yeah, they do. You tell me, you work in an office, right? Even though we're looking at the government employee system as the largest employer in the country, we get it. But in a particular space, there is a manageable number of people. If it wasn't manageable, we would not have these HR systems in place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you know the people you work with? If somebody dies in your office, people will even go and attend the funeral. You say, this person is...
True.
You mean to tell me that the people who are in charge of human resources in that particular department did not know that Mtuflani, no, not Mtuflani, not the one who is on the chat.
On the chat.
Sorry. Someone. You mean you would know that someone has passed away? And you, finance and HR, unless I'm mad, finance and HR work hand in hand. Because you know who we are paying this month, you know all these emoluments and how everybody is being sorted out. You are very much aware of how this is happening. So then you want to tell me that you are not aware. So then you will just be as shocked as us when you see this report from the Controller of Budget or Auditor General. And then you say, Trans Nzoia, but that's my county. I'm the one who was preparing the payroll. Allah, you mean two people were being paid? Then you also want to join and be surprised like the rest of us. Give me a break. On a Monday, the 1st of September. Give me a break.
There's even a formal process when somebody dies.
Yeah.
Let's even argue that they didn't report.
Yeah.
But you just don't die like that. There's a government... You are actually... There's documents that are submitted. Okay? There are documents that are submitted that you are dead. You just don't die and just get buried like that. It doesn't. So somebody has access to a bank account, and money is still moving into an account of somebody who's dead.
Every month. And even you people, you didn't see. Sorry, but I will repeat it. Corruption starts and thrives in the back end. It is not the front face that we see. It's not this employee at the end of the day who, for all intents and purposes, probably doesn't even exist. Somebody will write their cow Nyabura. Why am I using people's names that are our people on socials today? Not true. I'm just giving an example. Right? Why would I use that? Why would I say I can even use this person and put them here? That's because, like you said, somebody's having a conversation with somebody, and like you said, it's 160k. Aya, where kuja 60,000 ni yako, where endelea tu na kazi yako huko Trans Nzoia. Sisi tuko hapo Nairobi tukiendelea. That's what we are doing.
True.
So we are going to share that money, and you know very well what's happening. Me nitaweka kwa payroll, and then we'll go. And you know what is even more painful? You see this report that we're here making noise about. Hii siku itaisha. And it will be as though nothing has happened. That Trans Nzoia, that Kwale, that Mandera, that all these other places that you've mentioned were never even mentioned. And in the story too. So when the back end corruption is happening, they know that these conversations will be had. People will condemn them. People will be shocked, surprised, and flabberwhelmed and overgasted. And then they will just go back to business as usual. Because don't even think for a minute, Mr. Okari, that these numbers that you talk about, this guy who was earning 162,000 and had deserted the county of Kwale, don't think for a minute that next month that they will not earn again, even after you've made noise today, September.
And you see, if you go to page 2 of the Daily Nation now, the admission by authorities that rogue hospitals tried to steal 10.6 billion shillings from the Social Health Authority has revived the past scandals involving fraudulent payments to ghost workers, schools and health facilities. Now, a review of the report by the Auditor General and Controller of Budget has revealed how billions of shillings continue to be looted through salaries for non-existent workers, especially in the counties, capitation funds wired to non-existent schools, and reimbursement to take fake hospitals. Now, despite financial safeguards imposed by the Public Finance Management Act, Public Audit Act, and National Treasury, among others, the theft of public funds continues. The latest scandal has led to sanctions against over 1,000 hospitals involved in the fraud. So it's people taking advantage of institutions, taking advantage of learners, taking advantage of patients, and all these, it's in the back end where, because if you talk about a hospital, there's a registration of a hospital that is done. There are approvals that are done by KMPDC. There are stuff that are put there by the government. The government as well issues licenses for people to operate. So the same government in the back end has said, Ndu Oko, I will use you. Ndu Oko is a doctor in Nyandiwa Hospital. We're using Nyandiwa because it's been stated. Nyandiwa Hospital. She is a general practitioner. Now, Dennis Okari is sick and has registered in SHA. Went to Nyandiwa Hospital, spent 20,000 shillings and needs to be paid. Dennis Okari, with his unique registration number, gets the money and was treated by Ndu Oko, who does not exist, but still registered to Nyandiwa Hospital that ostensibly did what? Moved hospitals, moved locations, and now needs 10 million shillings to cover Dennis Aseto and Dennis Okari and Evelyn, who are sick but do not exist.
Oy. And you know what? The sad thing? You see these ones that we're making noise about? It's nothing compared to what's going on.
It's a drop in the ocean.
Absolutely. These are the ones that are reported. These are the ones that we hear about. These are examples that are given. And then you want to tell me that resources are not available to get things done? I'm sorry. Nah. Tell somebody else.
I think we need a Noah experience. You know where we are right now?
Yeah.
I think it almost feels like how God felt when he looked at humanity. When he says he regretted in his heart why he created man. Because he was wicked and evil. And his heart was continually evil. It's actually in the Bible.
Yeah.
Then he looked for a man and he said, you know what? I want you to build yourself an ark. You and your family, get in there. Because what I'm about to do, the wickedness and the evil that I can see from heaven, this one is not a question of get this person to repent, they turn around and turn back from their ways. No, this one is flood them. Then have just something new come up. Because the level of corruption that has gone from county offices to using ghosts to loot public coffers.
Yeah.
You realize there's so much money in this country. 6.5 billion amount in Kenya shillings that counties paid in salaries and emoluments for workers through manual payrolls. In this day and age.
Manual.
These are manual payrolls, eh? Ile ni register. You know, remember this time I said we are running.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like we're running this country on a Word document. Is number one, we need to pay this person. Manual, where kuja usign. Ni kama unapatiwa, what is it called? This the small monies you get in the office as your
allowance.
Not allowance.
Oh,
what is the name?
I know what
Petty
it's
cash.
called.
Petty cash.
Petty cash.
It's like hii ni kama petty cash. 6.5 billion. Inapeanwa kama petty cash.
Yeah.
Like kuja weka signature hapa na bairo. No make a signature, then move. Somebody next, move. In this day and age. And then we talk about fighting corruption. We really...
You know, it's so difficult that if Dennis Okari is not in today, I will sign for him atatumiwa pesa yake.
Yeah.
That is where we are, because that's what we talk when you
What
when
are
you
you
deal
saying?
with money.
You are saying if he's not in today, if he's dead, he still get that money. Do you-
Not the family. This is not the family enjoying a pension.
Come on,
But
guys.
somebody is accessing
Yeah.
a bank account of a dead person for years. And
Okay.
this person is earning salary.
You know, Afadhali, the one who is
Just roaming around.
you are not afraid to be collecting money on somebody's head that's dead. I don't understand. That's what I'm
There is
telling
no
you.
fear anymore. No, there is no fear of the dead
fear
anymore.
is gone. The fear is gone.
Or it could be wewe kufa, but utakuwa unapata tu mshahara. See, we know of stories where somebody has
Walking
died.
dead.
They're walking dead, but they are occupying an office in this country.
Yeah.
But people came for their funeral.
Yeah.
Na kulikuwa na mawe hapo.
Na
There was a
hakuna
tombstone with the
death
name,
certificate.
the day they were born, the day they died. And there was a death certificate that was issued. But the person is still occupying an office today. I'm telling you.
No. People who are dead, I'm telling you, we've lost it. And if we don't go back, I keep saying, point back at what value system you actually imbibe or that you actually, caught. What is our value? What value systems do we have? That in this same country, dead people can be collecting money. I'm not going to say it like that. That you can be apportioning money to dead people and taking it for yourself. And there are children. There are children in this country who vaccinations they cannot get. There are children in this country who are going to school. They cannot afford an education and we cannot pay for them. We are still dilly-dallying with whether we will send 7,000. That there are people who go to hospital and they die at the front door because you didn't provide the money. Come on. Or that there are people who leave the country and you said that you were going to provide the UAC for them. You can't. And you know what? Let's just be honest. These things that we are talking about, they did not start in 2022.
No.
They did not start in 2022 when William Ruto became president. They started before that. The degradation and the pure rot that has gone into the value system did not start in 2022. It started a long time ago. And that is why, to a certain extent, I agree. If you don't burn down the thing and start from scratch, you will not get anywhere. Leave alone all this long story that we're talking about economic development and making it up a few more numbers on that guy who is always sad is called what? Moody. Making it on the Moody scale so that the world can look at you and say that you're wonderful. We are very far from there. As nations, we are very, very far from there. If you can remove food from a child's mouth, because that is what we are doing.
Yeah.
If you can remove food from a child's mouth, is it development you're talking about? Is it globalization that you want to reach development on the global scale that you're talking about? You're taking food from a child's mouth. You're essentially ensuring death of sick people who should go to hospital. And the one that you're interested in is raising your salary even after and taking money on a dead man.
Yeah.
We have a very long way to go.
You know, the thing is, when we started devolution, there's that phrase that we also devolved corruption. It almost looks like a replica where whatever it is that was happening in the national government, if you want to go back to where these things started, it started even before devolution.
Yeah.
So if these things are coming to light today, and I'll give you examples. So let's look at the budget generally and what these monies can do to a county. Now, ghost jobs are a massive drain on county finances. Hundreds of billions have lost. Now, let me give you an example.
Here we go.
In Nyamira County, where the county leadership was pressed by senators to explain how the devolved unit lost 2.8 billion in salaries. 2.8 billion was lost in salaries, guys.
What do you mean lost in salary?
It was allegedly paid to ghost workers. This is not the other day. This is not because of anything. This is 2018, 2019 only.
There we go.
1 year, a county has lost 2.8 billion. Now, in Vihiga, oh my God, the report cites an audit on the Human Resources Department in Vihiga County that showed ghost workers were earning 32 million in Vihiga.
At this point, people should become ghosts because clearly you earn a lot.
Yeah.
Please continue.
The report by the Vihiga County Public Service Board showed 426 employees could not be traced.
They don't exist, they're ghosts.
They could not be traced at their duty stations during the audit. This is one county. In Kericho County, where we had
almost impeachment.
Yeah.
the Auditor General flagged the possibility of ghost workers since 1,955 employees had not been allocated personal numbers and were being paid outside the integrated personnel and payroll database.
1,000?
1,955 employees, guys.
Being paid off the books,
Yes,
essentially.
they're not even been allocated personal numbers. Like I told you, pesa ni petty cash. We kuja 2.8 billion. Tutasplit hiki tu mara ngapi?
Si wewe unataka mshahara?
Yes.
Basi.
Another human resource audit report of 2022 revealed that ghost workers have been on Lamu County's payroll for years. So a review of the county government's budget implementation report for the first 9 months of 2024-2025 financial year before Parliament revealed that 22 of the 47 devolved units spent 6.5 billion on workers outside the payroll.
How do you spend
22 out of the 47 counties.
6.5 billion on payroll, on people outside the payroll? Then how do you pay them if they are not in the payroll?
It's a manual payroll. These guys are big. Like I told you, it's like petty cash.
They don't have numbers.
The numbers do not exist. So you can definitely come up with a register. Peter Kemani. You say the who? You say the Brian Kemani, Kevin Nyangau. No, that name exists.
I know.
Okay, Kevin is bigger. You're not Nyangau. So Kevin Nyangau. And then hapo mwisho kuna column where you put your signature.
Yeah.
This is what's happening in 22 of the 47 devolved units. And then you say, it's people are rigid to assist. No, people don't want these things to come or these things to work.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
And remember, all this goes, especially if you're talking about healthcare now, you have to look at it from the aspect of look at 104 billion shillings that was used to develop this system called SHA, the SHA system, right?
Yeah.
Now, this system that was meant to fight corruption and everything is really failing at it because still we have ghost hospitals, we have ghost patients and everything else. So begs the question, why spend 104 billion shillings on a system that fails to achieve that which you wanted to seal in the first place? So you look at 104 billion shillings, imepotea, then come to all these other billions that follow the 104 billion. So we're talking to how much more hundreds of billions that keep on getting lost in the health sector alone.
Oh, Dennis, you actually believe that 104 billion shillings was spent to develop the system? That's so cute.
Oh, wow.
You actually believe that? Oh, wow. Okay. You still have some kind of hope in you. I mean, I think it's just... I think it's great that you actually think that.
Well, it from you, you spend 104 billion, you know, so yeah.
That it actually happened.
That was also flagged by the Auditor General again.
Indeed.
Yes.
These are some of the things that we are looking at, guys, and we're going to have this conversation with you in just a minute. We're going to open the phone lines and to hear from you that whether enough is actually really being done to fight corruption. And we're going to come back from this quick break and start to take your calls. And remember that we're also running a poll on our socials to hear from you as well. Be part of this conversation. It doesn't really matter where you look, but you're going to find it. And so just before we take that break and come back, just to remind you what the numbers are, we'll do that in just a minute. But let me just look at this. Like you said, Dennis, bogus employees, billions of taxpayers' money looted in fraudulent salaries for non-existent government employees, particularly at the counties. We looked at that. Fictitious school, Auditor General, special audit found that non-existent schools pocketed 3.7 billion shillings in capitation fund over 4 years. Should I say that again? I don't think you got it.
Yeah.
The Auditor General's special audit found that non-existent schools pocketed 3.7 billion shillings in capitation funds over 4 years. So the money is there. Is just where you put it. Phony learners. Authorities have flagged inflated enrollment figures with reports showing schools steal more than 700 million shillings annually. And then they come and tell us to pay extra money. Fake hospitals. Audits uncover looting of billions through fraudulent claims under the state medical scheme. including the defunct NHIF. The money that was lost through NHIF, a whole other kettle of fish. There's a picture of Kaptioni Girls High School. This is in Baringo County constituency. This picture was taken on the 24th of April 2024, just last year. You can see that picture and you can see all the greenery around it.
Yes.
It is not just God's design. It is that shrubs have grown around the gate. This school, according to the report, receive money. You know, schools receive money, and this is based on the students who apparently attend this school. Your guess is as good as mine. Which kind of school, which doesn't have any buildings, then is receiving school money for students that do not exist?
This Kaptioni Girls High School.
Yes, this Kaptioni Girls High School, unless you want to tell me that during the day they moonlight as shrubs and then at night they turn into students.
It actually-
Maybe they
know.
are ghosts. The shrubs are manifestations of the ghosts.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm saying they're 20 students.
Honestly, it looks
Maybe
like a
that's why I
botanical
showed
garden.
you people the picture. I showed you the picture. I would like you to look at the picture
Yeah.
again. I see shrubs. You know how those pictures, they tell you, if you see a horse, you're left-brained. If you see a dog, you're right-brained. Abasi. Look at this picture. I see shrubs. I see shrubs. Maybe if you see something else, when we come back from the break, you can let us know. I see shrubs. What do you see? What do you see?
It looks like a botanical
I'm even
garden.
doubting what I'm seeing.
You see now, you're not even you're not even sure what you see. I see shrubs. Maybe you can let us know what it is that you see when we come back from this particular break. All right, it's 7:45. We'll take your calls when we come back from this in just a minute. 0732014001. I beg your pardon. 073201. Evie, you got that number crooked. Let's just take a break and we'll come back and we'll look at that. Tell me what you see in that picture. Are you left-brained or right-brained or corruption-free?
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Get ready for a holiday full of non-stop adventures with StarTimes. Recharge your subscription for 2 months and get upgraded to the next bouquet.
What do you say to that?
Laugh out loud with Bluey on CBeebies. Battle alongside Armor Hero Hunter on ST Tunes. Team up with the Teen Titans on Toonami. Fly high with Super Wings on ST Kids Plus. Power up with the Powerpuff Girls on Boing. Zoom out with Robocar Polly on Jim Jam. Discover fairy tale magic at Regal Academy on Da Vinci Kids. Recharge your subscription for 2 months and get upgraded to the next bouquet. This holiday, adventure begins at home. Download StarTimes on app to watch your favorite shows anywhere. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
In a world drowning in half-truths, in whispers that masquerade as facts, how do you find the real story? You cut through the noise, you demand clarity. For decades, the Standard and the Standard e-paper have been Kenya's unwavering heartbeat. It is judged every word, every angle, bold enough to challenge and reveal factual above all else. But the truth isn't static. It evolves in every moment, and so do we. Presenting the Standard all-in-one app, your direct portal to real-time news, curated entertainment, and premium content. From the unfiltered truth of breaking stories to the depth of our exclusive investigations. From powerful podcasts that challenge perspectives to the complete e-paper experience in your hands. This isn't just an app. It's your daily dose of pride in Kenyan journalism. It is the trust you deserve. Don't just hear news. Understand it. Live it. Download the Standard all-in-one app today. Be part of something bigger. The Standard. For generations, Kenya's unwavering voice. Judged, bold, factual.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
All right, our conversations continue this morning, and we continue to take your calls. I'll let you know what those numbers are in just a minute. And even as we do, remember that you can call us on 0732142650. That's 0732142650. We continue this morning, and so even as we look at those numbers, and it drives us crazy, and we ask ourselves, okay, where is this actually all coming from? Where is this emanating from? What can we actually do to sort out some of those issues? It's 12 minutes to the top of the hour. We'll take your calls. Again, I'll remind you that number 0732142650. Oh, Karen, you seem to think that we need to shut this whole thing down.
I think we need to. You mentioned 37 billion. 3.7 billion.
Yes.
I was just trying to do math. Let's practically look at what this figure means. If you lined up 3.7 billion in 1,000 shilling note along Mombasa Road, in a straight line, Hii Mombasa Road moja tu hapa nje. You put 1,000 shillings notes on a straight line. You will cover the entire Nairobi to Mombasa, which is about 500 kilometers, yeah? And still extend past 90 kilometers. This is past Mombasa.
Yeah.
That's how much 3.7 billion shillings looks like.
So that would be Mombasa towards Kilifi.
Yes, towards Kilifi. The whole of the entire Nairobi. The whole entire Mombasa Road. You put 1,000 lined up, 1,000 notes, all the way in Mpaka Kilifi from Nairobi. That's 3.7 billion. That's how it looks like.
That's what 3.7 billion looks like.
Yes.
Ridiculous. And this is actually the money and more that is being looked for to complete. Remember that the money that you owe, if that kind of money was going towards capitation, you would sort out capitation year on year. That was needed, and you wouldn't have to be delayed in terms of those payments. We're taking your calls for the next 10 minutes, folks, this morning. Talk to us. Hello, good morning. Amos calling in from Nairobi. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Amos, how are you?
I'm very fine, and you?
Fine, thank you. Share your thoughts with us this morning. Is enough being done to fight corruption from how you see it?
Now, from how I see it, I think I'm tempted to say that in Kenya, almost everybody is corrupt because, you see, it comes from top to the bottom. And I believe that until we have a restoration and maybe something we get saved, then we will make noise, but when we also get the space, then we just do the same. So I think the change needs to start with the Kenyans. We started from because these things, we see them and we tolerate. We just make noise, but nothing we do. Something like this assault, you can always walk there and demand accountability from the authorities and the rest. But we just make noise, we do nothing. At the end of the day, the corruption still continues. So until we change as Kenyans, we will make noise for the leaders when we get the same space, because every 5 years we do election, we change leaders, but the problem remains the same. So we are the problem.
Kenyans are the problem, is what you're saying, essentially.
Yes.
All right, thanks for sharing thank you for sharing your thoughts with us this morning, Amos. We'll take some more calls coming in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Tell us your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm part of Mambiri, calling from Toro, Uganda. I'm a Kenyan living in Uganda.
All right, maybe just turn down the volume on your radio just a little bit and then let us know what your thoughts are about this. Are we doing enough to fight corruption at the moment?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Let us know what your thoughts are, please.
About corruption in Kenya?
Is enough being done to fight corruption in Kenya?
For sure. This animal corruption has really disturbed the economy of this country for so long.
Yes.
This one takes me back to 2002, before the election of 2002, where corruption was so much until we say, let us change the administration, of which when Moi was there. The slogan came, Moi must go, because of the corruption that has been there for many years, and the economy was almost collapsing. I remember, if I can go back to the report that was released, the economy of Kenya was 0.06% before the 2002 election. So here, this scenario is now taking us back to those days. We don't know. By the time we come to 2027, where the economy will be at what percentage? That's what is worrying so much.
All right. Thank you very much for your thoughts this morning. We'll take some other calls as we hear them. Hello. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Please tell us your name and where you're calling in from.
My name is Sibichi.
Yes.
I'm calling from Kiambu County.
Yes.
I don't think we are doing enough to fight corruption because the ruling class are not willing to help in that fight.
Okay.
And I think as the people, when our leaders are caught in that trap of corruption, we go picketing, saying that our person is being targeted, so we cannot make it to fight corruption.
Okay.
And even us as Kenyans, there was a time I was a chairman of a school, and when the capitation is sent, the people in the board want to maybe share some of the money, and you find that it becomes very difficult fighting corruption. Yeah, that's my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your thoughts this morning. We'll take a couple other calls that are coming in, and at this point, then we hear from. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling in from.
My name is Dehe, and I'd like to contribute on the Auditor General's report.
Okay, please, let's hear your thoughts.
According to the report, so much money has been looted by public officers. How about getting the list of all these people who have been termed as ghost workers? Let's get the list of the ghost workers and then trace these ghost workers where they are. And so then we tell them to bring our money. And who has generated this payroll? Let's get this person who has generated the payroll and pin him down. So all it requires is the Auditor General to bring the list and also to have the security, the NIS and NIS, or is it NIS, to do their job properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll hear from some others. Mohammed in Mwakijembe, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Ndu and team.
How are you doing?
Well, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Just very well and aging very slowly.
But aging with grace.
With grace. I thank God. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Tell us, what do you think?
I've been singing this song for the longest time possible. Even the last time my friend Titi Muga mentioned my name and talked about issue to do with moral value.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, whenever I call, it's to do with moral values.
Yeah.
Now I've been hearing that we Kenyans are all corrupt, from top to down and from down to top, across board.
Yeah.
And someone said whenever we get that space, we always involve and make use of it. So the only way out is to do with moral values. And the only way to put moral values in people, I think, is through the secular method, or the secular mode.
And what's that?
Because the religious mode hasn't been effective. Why I'm saying this? Because if we teach children ABCD 1, 2, 3, by the time they graduate, they become whatever profession they like to be. So moral values have to start in school and train kids on issues to do with moral values. And once we are up with our education, that moral values will have been inculcated and instilled in us. And then we'll do away with all these bad manners. Corruption is also bad manners. Being greedy is bad manners. Stealing is bad manners. Talking lies is bad manners. All this has to be taught in school consistently. So that's the only way out, man, to even fight corruption in Kenya.
Indeed, Mohammed.
That's my...
Thank you for
madam.
Asante Sana. Thank you for your thoughts on that, and continue to age gracefully and keep listening. Asante Sana.
Asante.
All right, let's hear from some more. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine. I'm Amos Maramba from Mataha.
Yes, yes, I must tell us your thoughts.
I think corruption is just something that we cannot even outdo with, because you get corruption is all over, even in churches. My plea is maybe we do away with this political leadership in everything, because they want to decide everything. Like what you are talking about, the procurement. For now, just a local guy, you cannot do business with the government. They are the ones who are doing this. So I do request, Mr. President, one time, you are talking of one time that you are able to get the raw information. Just reduce every politician's salary. These guys will do their job well. So I think in the meantime, let him just put something like, he needs to gazette corruption as part of our life, or else things are not working. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amos. And thank you for all your calls this morning. We rarely get enough time to do this, but of course, then taking your thoughts and views as we get into conversations this morning. Thank you for always joining in. And even as we continue with the conversation, it's the stuff to remember that it's all around us, really. It's systemic. It's almost has permeated every part of society. And the question that comes in through is that, what are we actually going to do about it? The poll keeps running on socials, and we'll have another opportunity to take some of your calls to be part of this conversation as it is necessary. For now, it's 8 a.m.